Hello friends, welcome you all for another interesting episode on next scholarship application process for the aspirants or maybe for any aspirants who wanted to study abroad. This can be taken as an example for those if you want to study abroad also. So this is a topic of field of study and research plan. How do we write to get the higher chances of positive response from the supervisor or from the application. So basically, I was busy with other academic deadlines in the past 15 days to 1 month. So I have put up some short videos. From now, I think I'll keep my regular pace of interaction with you people. So if you have any doubts or if you want to clarify anything, please feel free to write in the Instagram or else in the comment box. And also, as I said to some of you, I'm in discussion with one of the next scholar from Hokkaido University, who will be sharing her experiences very soon, how she secured, especially for India, like in IITs and normal colleges, how what are the chances of getting next scholarship if you are not from IIT. For other countries, if you want to, it's like to explain you, it's like IITs means it's a top institutions in India. So there is a discrepancy, or we can call people misinterpret most of the time that IITs only get the chances of getting Master's scholarship and all. That is true, but if you go in detail, that is not about IIT. Actually, the way of representing your documents or your preparation, that is a different. So here I am showcasing one of those technique, which is like how the IITians and all how they prepare and some example, and also the scholar who is from not from IIT, so that she will be talking to us very soon. I'll be sharing that video in a short while. So if you have any doubts, if you want to ask, you can post, and even I'll be trying to get in touch with other institutions and other people from other universities. I'll be trying to share the feedback for all of you, and even I'm also learning some new understandings and the new perspective. Please remember, I'll try to focus most of the way instead of the answers directly. So if you know the way, you can implement in many other places. So that's where I'll be focusing most of my videos or the content. So let's get into the details. So today we are going to speak about the next scholarship for masters and PhD studies, especially the guidance for aspirants. So the field of study and the research plan is one of the crucial element, crucial document in your checklist or your application. So you have to be very thorough to get into proper structured research plan so that you'll have a higher chance of winning the scholarship. So let me start with this. So in between I'll write wherever it is necessary as minor things. So this you can see here is one of the important or the primary point of exposure you with the reader or the applicant or the examiners. So abstracts you have to mention in the research plan document or field of study and research plan document. So you please remember that you have to write it with presence of understanding. It's not like you just copy paste. It may fire back sometimes. So try to write in a short and crisp way that is connected to this your complete document of understanding. So that is one thing I just wanted to emphasize before going for the research plan. Now we'll be seeing the three columns or the three headings which are in the research plan document. The first one is present field of study. So as I said, the abstract you have to write well. The further of the abstract you need to write here. So what is your present field of study? Not entire thing. Maybe you can showcase which is complementing details like fundamentals or the relevant research. You can complement and you write. So you should write the similar connected with your abstract mentioned. Try to use at least figures and tables. If you it will be good to read, and it will make a good appeal to understanding the reader, the examiner. Also try to avoid literature survey here, because literature survey will be writing in the next section I'll be showing. So this is very crucial. You need to write in a sequential way. A couple of headings would be advisable, and also these tables and figures are much advisable. Coming further, the second section, which is one of the crucial one, here your research topic in Japan. So I hope I am audible. Yes, okay. Yeah. So your research topic in Japan. Describe articulately the research you wish to carry out in Japan. If space is see, they have clearly mentioned you have to use your own idea how to represent. They didn't given specific details how you will write. So this is the way I'll suggest. Try to go with this title or the theme. What you will be doing there. Be concise and specific, and the objectives. So objectives, don't keep so many objectives. It will look like not a realistic one, so it makes a negative comment, or it's like a negative reflection on your application. So try to put the objectives for 2 to 3 for master's applications. It's like one major objective and followed by two supporting objectives. It's like if you want some results, or if you want certain goals to be achieved, it's like you have to make some more studies, right? Those are the supporting objectives. If you want to evaluate, or if you want to conclude something, you need some supporting studies. So that is what I mean to say, this supporting objectives. For PhD application, it can be 3 to 4, and two can be major objectives, because people usually expect two papers minimum for PhD. For masters, it can't be paper sometimes, so it is good to have at least one proper objective. And this how to formulate this objective you will be understanding once we go through the next sections. So this is one next section. Yeah, before going for next section, this is another important thing. So many people don't give this research plan, or that this timeline. So when you say something, the Japanese, especially the Japanese gentlemen, they usually see how time you are, like how timely you can do the things. How especially they'll focus on time, as many of you know. So the timeline is one of the good thing to keep in the research plan. So it makes a sense that you know how what you are speaking, and you know that what you are going to achieve in the 2 years or 3 years. At least you have done the homework. So you can see here. So this 1 to 6 months, and 7 to 12 months, 13 to 18 months. These are like 4 quarters I divided for 2 years. For PhD, you can edit accordingly. It can be 3 years. That is 36 months. Or even you can put 3 months in a section and then divide the works. So I have put the course works basically will be completing in first year. So we put like this, and the literature survey. You use this different patterns in your MS Word. If you know, use it. Otherwise, you can ask somebody in the group, or next scholarship group. So we can say the answer. So you can do this hatching, or even you can Google it how to hatch. So different hatchings. It shows that you are doing at particular timeline. So analysis will be from beginning to ending, and documents will be beginning to ending along with the review meetings. So this is like it will keep updating every time. So it will be like this. So this is one of the tentative idea I would like to share. So you may edit accordingly based on your research problem or the research domain. So coming forward, yeah, this is another key thing you have to mention about the major milestones of the flow of research activities. Write the related objectives and sub challenges. Especially, it is like yeah, it is like you have to write some things. Uh, what is the initial outcome for suppose if you are doing some experiment or some studies, what is the initial outcome, and what could be intermediate outcome, and before going further, method to change or add to get into the intermediate outcome. And again, what could be the reasons, how reasons if things go wrong. So it's like how will you troubleshoot, how will you solve the issue. So this is like this, and then you can put the conclusions. Before that, you can put possible the possible solutions, themes. You can put certain themes. These some minor examples I would like to add here, so that you can you follow these things, and then you can improvise your write up. It will be much helpful. So it will be good to have this kind of some headings in your milestones. and you can put even in the brackets for with initial outcome you can put 4 months. This also makes sense, or even you can use this flow chart or methodology chart you can use, that also possible. And this one you can put some 2 months, like that you can put some timeline for all these things. So it will be very helpful for the understanding purpose of your application. Then for moving further, the research plan and study program in Japan. So here comes the actual figure. It's like uh, I think yeah, I think it is visible properly. Yeah, this I have just said, so you can follow this thing. And now moving on, this research plan or the study program in Japan. So this is another crucial element. So you have to thoroughly explain, like I have said, you have to thoroughly explain your problem in detail, in and outs, and also timelines. So like you can see here, the research plan and the study program, we have already given timeline, and we have already given our research study in your current university or current studies. Now it is time to put some literature survey relevant to the work you are going to propose. It makes a understanding that you know something how to write the literature survey, how to search the papers or publications. It gives the understanding of to write proper literature survey. And then methodology in connection with the current field of experience. Like I have mentioned, major milestones and flow of activities. This can be used here in connection for improvising or for adding some more points in details. And the research gap or the scope, this should be derived from the literature gap and the your current research and the possible scope. Like with your research, what is the scope of impact on the society and the environmental aspects, and the references. Of course, if you do proper literature survey with the proper journals or the proper publications, you can refer them accordingly. Try to put some I will suggest you try to put some 10 to 15, or yeah, it will be better and not beyond so many and all, because you are writing your own document. You can't put like so many papers. That is also not, that may not also be a good idea. So I think these things, yeah, these are the major topics of research plan preparation. So I think if you prepare these things well, you may be definitely in a positive side compared to the other applicants in a scholarship. So please check other videos if you are new to this channel. There are many other videos across the doubts and the themes. I'll be sharing another some more specific key concepts like this in coming weeks, and even we'll be interviewing some more people so that you'll get to know all the other stuff, like important or the interesting aspects. You may have a chance to get into Japan without much difficulty. So I think yeah, just a quick recap. So as you can see here, we are speaking about this next scholarship or field of study and research plan. The abstracts we have to mention properly. Present field of study and research in Japan with timeline like this, and major milestones followed by research plan with literature survey. Here also put some figures and time these tables. It will be good, and the references. So thank you for watching.